Welcome everyone to your weekly pick a card reading for Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of September, or for whenever you come across this reading, as the messages here are timeless. I want to thank you so much for joining me again, or if you're first time, I hope you enjoy and you find these readings helpful. Let's get started. Okay everyone, we have our 4 piles, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3 and pile number 4. Pile number 1 has the angelite crystal, pile number 2 has the amber, pile number 3 the clear quartz, and pile number 4 the tiger's eye. So take the time to pick a pile that calls to you. If there is more than one pile that you feel drawn to, please feel free to select as many as you want. And I hope that these messages will help you in the week ahead and will resonate for you. Hello, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. We have the World, Temperance, and the Emperor. Wow, look at all that major arcana. Spirit's organizing something for you this week, pole number 1. Let's have a look where this goes. Okay, let me just grab the energies. It's quite interesting. The energies are quite different. We have, breathe, which kind of makes me feel more like slow down, be calm. Then we have be fearless and bold, and that makes me think of, taking action and going for it. We have Temperance, which is peace and balance, and then we have the Emperor, which is power. So there's quite mixed energies here. Okay, so your first card, pole number 1, is Breathe, and the card says slow down and contemplate the tea, violets and ivy tangled around the eaves. And this to me is very much take time to smell the roses. Take time to observe what's around you. And I'm feeling like it's take time to see the beauty, the calm that is around you. And I'm really drawn to, the 2 oracle cards, the spirit animal, and this is the Enchanted Map Tarot oracle cards. And I'm wondering if there's going to be an energy of the outside world and then your home, or the place you call your sanctuary, where you are calm, where you feel comfortable, and where you can just simply be and breathe. I feel, pole number 1, life might be speeding up for you. You've got the World, so that's the completion of a cycle. So maybe things have been a little bit slow, or maybe things have been a little bit quiet for you. And now they're going to start to speed up. And this breathe card is reminding you to take those moments of pause when you can. They're important. You know, just making yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a nice iced lemon drink, water, and just sitting quietly. We need that. We all need that so much. And it's little things that we don't even think about. But try and find yourself a quiet corner in the garden even, or in a space in your home that you truly feel comfortable. And notice all the little things. I'm feeling a sense that this card is asking you to breathe, to become aware, and to see joy in the little things. The ray of sunshine, the raindrops on the leaves, the comfortable armchair that you feel so cozy in. It's that kind of energy and this is your overall energy for the week, pole number 1. So it's going to be really, really important this week to really tune into those moments of just pure peace. Your next card is the Badger Spirit, and it says, be fearless and bold. And I always, the feathers here, I don't know why, it always makes me think of, whenever I look at this card, it always makes me think of a ninja. I know that's hilarious, I don't know why, but it just does. And I just find that suits that fearlessness and boldness. I always feel agility with this card. Like things are swift and fast and nimble. And this card to me is the opposite of being stuck or bogged down. I feel, pole number 1, that the outside world is quickening for you in some way. So generally when I feel it's the outside world, generally it's our jobs, it's our social networks, it's what we do and how we interact with the world at large. And I feel that aspect of your life is moving. And I'm wondering if you haven't applied for new jobs, or maybe you're thinking of starting your own business. Maybe you're looking for a new social group, a new activity group, sport group, and you've kind of put it off because you think maybe you don't have enough time, or maybe you're a little bit nervous about meeting new people, starting something new. And I feel this card is here for that reason. It's like, yes, it will put more on your plate. Yes, it will be uncomfortable to begin with. And yes, I get the sense, I can see you walking into something new. I can see you walking into a new venue, a new job, a new situation of some sort, where there's that uncomfortableness when we, walk into something new and we don't know anybody. So I don't get the sense that if you're joining a new club or something, I don't get the sense that you're doing this with somebody else. I feel like you're really taking a step forward to change some aspect of your life, to bring some newness into your life. But it's going to take that energy of being courageous and bold. You have to take that first step. And this is really coming out of your comfort zone. But I feel it's going to be so beneficial for you. I feel that your network is going to grow. Your friendships are going to grow. There'll be new friendships to be made. There might even be new partnerships, and that can be romantic or in business. If this is a new job for you, pole number 1, I feel there's going to be so many new things to learn. So are you really going for a job that is nothing like your old one? And I really, apart from the initial hesitation, I feel like the universe is just giving you a little nudge, a little hand of encouragement. Come on, you can do this. And I think you'll be so pleased when you initially come over the hurdle of that new beginning, that the newness of whatever you're doing. I think the yellow flowers and that there is joy in this. As much as there is a bit of anxiety and a bit of nervousness and a little bit of, why am I doing this to myself? Do it, pole number 1. Whatever you're thinking of doing, or however you're thinking of putting yourself out there, the Badger Spirit is saying do it. Breathe into it and do it. And then you have home. And I'm wondering if, pole number 1, your home has been your sanctuary. And I'm wondering if you've been in hiding a little bit, I want to say. I was trying to find a different way of saying that, but that's how it's coming to me. And we all do that, don't we? We all have times where the world becomes too loud, too boisterous, sometimes even too painful, and we need to retreat. We need to find a quiet place, which is generally our home, and we need to heal. And I with the World card here and with the Badger Spirit, I really feel that Spirit is saying, pole number 1, it's time to come out to play. You might feel that there's still more healing to do. You might still feel that you're sensitive, that you're still a little bit broken, that you're still a little bit maybe not sure-footed. Maybe something in the past kind of took away a bit of your self-confidence, and you've slowly been building that back up. The healing that you have done up until this point, pole number 1, because I feel that you have been healing from something, or you've been in your doing your inner work, which makes us retreat from the world a little bit so we can hear more the quiet voice within us, and we can get to know our authentic self a little bit better. It's hard to do that when we're constantly out in the world, being bombarded by the noise of the world. But I feel, pole number one, the healing and the growing that you have been doing behind the door, in retreat from the outside world, that's as far as you need to go. Now I feel the rest of your healing, the rest of your growth and evolution is going to be done in the outside world. And it's always so interesting to me that the World card has the 4 fixed zodiac signs. Because the world is that ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. It's leaving your old world behind and stepping into the new, the new potential that this new world, new life, new opportunities offer you. Now the cardinal and the mutable signs are more, generally find it easier to embrace the new. Fixed signs have more of a challenging time. But the fixed signs have the staying power. They show that the hardest part is stepping through the portal, stepping through the open door, stepping into the new possibility, taking a chance on the new you, your new life. And once the fixed signs get started, once they have acknowledged that that's what they're going to do, they have the staying power, they have the work ethic, they have the drive to keep going and to see it through to the end. And I feel that that's your energy, pole number one. There is a great fear of stepping into the new. I think you probably feel it's time to step out. And I feel that you have probably been starting to. You've been maybe catching up more with the people that you already know. You've been maybe saying yes more to things. But there's still a bigger step because there's new things out there that are calling you. But know, pole number one, that once you take that step, and sometimes that first step is just knowing in your heart that you are going to do this. It's knowing in your heart that no matter what, you won't back down. And I'm going to read the last 2 cards together because their energies, to me anyway, are very, very different. But together it embraces this whole reading so beautifully. We have Temperance, and to me this is your guardian angel. It's a reminder that we're always on the right path, even if sometimes we take the long way around. Sometimes we need to take the long way around in order to learn bits and pieces along the way. And the journey that we're on is our soul's journey. And there, you know, it's the balance. Sometimes we feel grounded in our journey and we feel certainty and we feel sure of ourselves. And other times, you know, we feel like we are drowning a little bit in our emotions, and we feel a little bit swamped or a little bit that this is all too much. But we're reminded that journeys are the balance of all of that make up a journey. And we're always being guided, we're always being helped. And when we become unclear, when we get wobbly and we become really unsure, we just need to slow down. Clarity will come because we are guided. Just trust. Find peace. Breathe. And then we have the Emperor energy, and the card says, logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation. Accept a leadership role, structure and discipline. And the Emperor is about stepping in your power. It's being sure of yourself. It's trusting yourself. It's knowing that when you need the answers will come. It's putting everything that you have learnt on your journey out into the world. The Emperor doesn't hide in his castle, his home, his dwelling. He's amongst his people, and that's how he is able to rule so completely and so well. It's not a domination. It's not thinking yourself better than others. But it's having that confidence in yourself that you'll always know what to do. You'll always know the right way. And the Emperor carries the sword of clarity. And through this whole journey, pole number 1, as you start to step out into the world more and more, we open ourselves up to clarity. We open ourselves up to the universe bringing us answers. Somebody might say something. You might meet somebody new that has a different way of life to anybody you've ever known, and suddenly that opens up a whole new understanding for you. It can come in numerous ways. But we have to be brave and we have to be bold. And we can retreat back at the end of the day to regroup, to have those quiet moments, to smell the roses and enjoy the peace and quiet. But we also need to balance that with being out in the world. Wow, pole number 1, what a message for you this week. I'm going to leave you with that. Love and light, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 2. Thank you for joining me today. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit would like to give you for the week ahead. Ace of Cups, we have the Tower, and we have the 10 of Cups. Wow. This is very clear message for you, pole number 2, straight up. We have Turkey Spirit, we have Be Present, and we have Movement. Oh yes, 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 we do. Okay, pole number 2. Okay, let's get started. Wow. Your first card is Be Present. Use the hours, don't count them. Wow, I like that. How many times do we waste time just looking at time? I think we've all been guilty of that, haven't we? Pole number 2, just straight up, and of course I've seen the cards, but straight up I'm going to say to you, sometimes we wait for the new beginning to happen to us. And sometimes that's the way it comes about. And for some of you, pole number 2, that's the way it's going to happen. But sometimes, rather than waiting, the universe gives us signs to move forward in some way, to take a chance, to kind of go for something without maybe necessarily, well, not maybe necessarily being 100% sure, because generally the majority of the time we are most certainly not sure of ourselves when we embark on something new. But with this card, I really feel that this present moment is the moment to act. And in acting, you might just be in the planning stage, though I do think for the majority of you're past that. I'm wondering if you've planned and planned and planned, and we can get bogged down in that, can't we, and not actually be able to take that step, that first action that gets us out there. Be present also is making me feel like I need to say to you, pole number 2, let go of the past and don't be too fixated on the future. And that's difficult when we're in that starting something new stage. We often do focus very much on the future, and we often let the past hold us back. But there's something about what can you do now, in this very moment. While you're watching this, what is tugging at your heart? What does this bring to your mind? Feel like use the time that you have. Are you on holidays at the moment? Are you finding yourself less busy for some reason? Use your time wisely, pole number 2, because there's new things coming and the universe wants you to be ready. The next card is Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Now, whenever I get the Turkey Spirit, I always feel that you've either been in a time of receiving a lot. So that could be resources, that could be people, that could be time, it can be opportunities and ideas, creativity. So it can be anything. But you've been in a time of receiving, and now it's time to give back with gratitude and grace. It's time to put those ideas out there. It's time to take those opportunities and put them out there. So it's time to put back out there in some way, shape or form. The turkey spirit also, and for you, pole number 2, for some of you it'll be the way I just described it, but some of you it will also be, this is spirit saying, give at this point in time because you are about to receive. So give of your time, give of your resources, give of your knowledge, and give it with gratitude that you've got it to give. Give it humbly and with an open heart. The turkey spirit is really one of sharing. Sharing with a full heart, and sharing because you know that you have enough and you will always have enough. And I love that the turkey spirit is the 61, which comes to the 7, which is that it's all about learning and planning and intuition. It's about wisdom. The number 7 is the real spiritual number in numerology. And I love that. And then you have movement. And for me today in your reading, this card is saying, pick up what you know, pick up what you have today and go. I'm wondering, pole number 2, if some of you don't realize actually how much you have to offer. I'm wondering if you don't realize how much value you could put out into the world. I feel that you probably think, compared to the whole world and to what maybe others are doing, you have very little to offer. But it's yours to offer it. You won't put out into the world what somebody else has put out into the world, because you are different from everybody else, and therefore however you do it, if you are coming from a place of your authentic self and not trying to mimic or be something that you're not, you automatically move forward in ways that nobody has before, because you are unique, and therefore the way that you bring things to be is unique. I'm drawn again to the number 2 and 8, 10. It's the ending in the tarot, and in the numerology it comes back to a 1, which is the new beginnings. And you know, you've got the 10 of Cups, you've got the Tower, both endings, conclusions, things coming to an end. And the Aces are all about that new opportunity. Take what you have today. Take where you are today, who you are today, and move forward in that. That's what this being present, be present in who you are now, because that's all that's needed. You don't have to wait until you have more to be able to move forward. You can move forward now. Now, I love that this is an ostrich, because the ostrich, they run fast. They move incredibly fast. But they're also the symbol of burying your head in the sand. So pole number 2, I ask you, which symbol of the ostrich are you going to embrace? And I'm not saying you need to run, at great speeds. And I'm not saying that you need to move even at great speeds. But an ostrich, when it needs to, it moves. But it can also be, I think, one of the most stuck animals on the planet. Don't quote me on that, but there's nothing that symbolizes stuck energy like having your head buried in the sand, because that's really not even wanting to acknowledge the possibilities. And I'm having an inner dialogue with Spirit, because I'm like, I don't really want to say that, but they're saying say it. So pole number 2, please don't take any offense. It's meant with great gentleness and full of love. But you do have the Tower here. And if you decide to embrace the energy of the ostrich with his head buried in the sand, or when your head goes down, what happens? Your bottom goes up, and the universe will kick it. Because whatever this is, it's so good for you. It is so, so good for you. It's funny, there isn't really a card here that expresses courage, knowing your worth and your power. And that's maybe because I think pole number 2, you've already learnt that. You know your worth and your power. But I feel sometimes you forget. Sometimes you get so caught up in other things, and that can be doubt and fear as well, that you forget everything that you've learnt, how far you've come, and how much you have to offer. But the universe is at the point now where it's not going to let you not move forward, because this is good not only for you, but there is something that you will offer others. And that can just be one person. That can be thousands. That can be just your community, just your colleagues. It doesn't matter. This is important, and this will change you, and I feel it will change your environment. And the universe wants this to happen. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Tower. And this is an opportunity from the universe. This is an opportunity from God that gets presented to you, or has been presented to you. But you have to do something with it. So the aces are the opportunity. They're the gift from the universe, but you have to take it. You have to do something with it, or it just stays as a possibility that never gets fulfilled. And the Ace of Cups is that opportunity, that gift that will fill you up to overflowing. You will have so much, you will be able to give so much. And that's not just money, it can be your time, it can be your love, it can be your knowledge, it can be anything that really brings you happiness and joy, really makes you feel worthwhile. Whatever you're doing is worthwhile. But you need to do something with it. And the Tower is here because it's a reminder that, you know, the Tower is a major arcana, and the major arcana is the universe stepping in some way for us. And sometimes it steps in with an opportunity, and sometimes it steps in with that kick in the backside, which is essentially a reminder. Now, sometimes the Tower is not necessary. It is here purely to say, come on, you already have clarity. You already know what this is all about. And for some of you, pole number 2, that's 100% true. But there are some of you as well that might be listening going, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to bring it about. I don't understand what I'm being called to do. And that's okay, pole number 2. That's okay. And the Tower then is here not to give you that kick, that nudge, but it's here because there's still something else that you need to become aware of. There's something else on your journey that you need to learn. There's a missing piece of the puzzle that until you receive it, you won't understand. So for me, pole number 2, the Tower is not something to be feared. It's something to be acknowledged. It's either, like I said, that kick in the backside to say, come on. Or it's that additional thing that's coming, which is generally in the form of a lesson, of a aha moment, that lightning bolt that strikes and makes you go, oh, wow, I never saw that. I never imagined doing it that way, or being this way, or heading in that direction. And the reason why I'm not at all concerned for you, pole number 2, or why this shouldn't be seen as something to really fret about or be worried about or think, oh gosh, is because you finish with the 10 of Cups. The card says a happy marriage, happily ever after, emotional contentment, a loving relationship with your children, raising children wisely and successfully, people you can trust. And your 10 of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. And the 10 of Cups starts with the Ace of Cups. The journey starts with the Ace of Cups. It's that opportunity that will fulfill you. But you have to do something with it. You have to take it. You have to run with it. You have to make something of it. You have to give of it. And you'll be so glad, pole number 2, that you did. This is fulfillment in however you see fulfillment. For some it is a marriage. It is a family. It is a beautiful home in a beautiful place, like a place that really calls your soul, a country that you just love. It can be having the money that you need to be able to continue your journey without having to worry. It can be being surrounded by just friends and loved ones. It can be in the job of your dreams. It can be however and in whichever way life fulfills you. But pole number 2, you need to make the move, and you need to realize that this opportunity, you have everything you need to move ahead with it. And it's going to be received with gratitude and grace. You're going to give it with gratitude and grace, and it's going to be received the same way. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. Love and light, my friends. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 3. Welcome. Let's have a look at what energies surround you this week, what messages Spirit has for you. The Lovers, Strength, the 4 of Pentacles, Rhino Spirit, Patience, and Magic Stream. Beautiful. I love this card. Oh, I love this card so much. Oh, beautiful energy, pole number 3. Let's get started. Your first card in the overall energy for the week is Patience. And it says, wait for the fruit to ripen. And I love that analogy, because ripe fruit are so much sweeter. And sometimes just waiting that little bit more, we ripen, we mature. Maybe there's a lesson, there's still something that you need to learn, a missing piece of the puzzle that you need to be aware of before you can move forward. Patience is going to be important for you, pole number 3, this week. And I feel because the Patience card is here, it's not an energy that you're going to want to embrace. I feel that whatever this week brings you, whatever you're going through, pole number 3, and obviously it'll be different for all of you, I sense there's a feeling of wanting to rush through it. I just want to get to the next stage. I just want to get to the next bit. But patience. Because of the way this card is written, I'm really going to say patience, because there's a reward. There'll be a reward for your patience. And sometimes that can be as simple as realizing that had you jumped straight in, you might have made the wrong decision. You might have taken the wrong path. And yes, we're never on the wrong path. We never take the wrong direction. But how can I explain that? Sorry, pole number 3. But if we find ourselves, like for instance, the lesson here might be to learn patience. Now, if you are not patient, you'll go down a path which is not the right path, because that path will teach you patience. And then it'll put you back on the correct, like you'll take a little detour, if you like, then get back on the right path when you've learnt whatever you needed to learn. And that's not a bad thing. That we all do that at every stage, on every journey that we do. Very, very few people, if any, take the direct path, because we're human. And there is parts of us that doubt our intuition, that doubt, we make a decision out of fear and not always out of love. But patience, pole number 3, is going to be of great importance this week for you. And then you have Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. Now, the minute I saw this card, I saw the 5, and that's all about change. And I feel that the patience is coming in because you are going to want to just change things. And that's because you want to get past these obstacles fast. And so you want to kind of shoot through them so fast that you don't have time to look, you don't have time to do anything, you're going to be at the other end, but you won't have learnt from those obstacles, you won't have learnt from those lessons, or you're going to try to bypass them altogether. There's going to be a roadblock this week, if you like, pole number 3. There's going to be something that gets in your way. And the magic stream is here. You can't see it yet, but it's a blessing. And a big one. With the magic stream here, pole number 3, with the Lover's strength, I'm wondering if you are on the journey to make a dream come true. Have you had an opportunity? Have you just even become aware of what you want to achieve, or how you want to live your life, where you want to go in your life? There's a sense, not really in the cards, but I feel a sense in you of moving forward. I think deep down inside of you, there is a great trust that this dream, this vision, this aspiration is good, and you know it. And I feel this magic stream, you've embraced this energy, and this energy is pure dreaming. This energy for me is not one of, well, I could do it this way, or but then I guess I have to worry about that person or this person, and then, oh, what if I don't make... It's none of that. It's none of the reality. This is not in our reality. It's not in our 3D world. This is if you had a genie in front of you, if you had a magic star in front of you, what would you wish for? What would you dream? This is the magic of pure, I was going to say daydreaming, but it's deeper than that, because it's something that you're called to manifest. But the magic stream is not the doing part yet. It's getting clear on exactly what this dream means to you. Picturing yourself already having achieved it. Picturing your life in it, those around you in it. How it impacts you, your family, the world. Whenever I get the magic stream in a reading, it's really to say, dream for you, not how it's going to impact others, or that'll come later. That's the hows and the wheres and the whys. This is pure and utter dreaming. And then you have the Lovers and strength. And in this reading for your pole number 3, I feel the Lovers is here as a whatever this dream is, it's a soul connection. It's something that your soul, I'm going to say, was put here to do. It's a real soul journey. It's something that you are going to be driven to manifest. And the lovers can be choices. And I feel that I always see this angel as your guardian angel, and I feel your guardian angel is here to show you or to guide you in every choice that you make, so that it's aligned with this dream, this goal. And it's not an ego dream. It's not a dream that feeds your ego. This is you in your raw state. This is you and your authentic self. And it's going to take strength. It's going to take strength, pole number 3. It's going to take strength of character. It's going to take strength of trust and belief in yourself and in what you're trying to do and in the universe and God, your guardian angel. And pole number 3, I'm called to say, be mindful that you don't embrace the strength energy like a ploughing kind of energy. Like you just want to get to the destination. You just want to get to your goal, your dream. And you're just going to actually the word willpower, you're going to harness willpower so strongly that it's just your will that is going to forge everything ahead. And that's not what's required here, pole number 3. What you need to forge ahead is to keep learning along the way. The journey is going to get you to your goal and dream. And the journey is going to take the time that it takes, but you need this journey. You're going to need these road bumps, these obstacles to help you grow and to, I want to say, to acknowledge this new you, because the present you, I don't feel has what it takes to accomplish this dream. It's the journey heading there that is going to turn you into the one that can achieve this dream. And I hope that makes sense, pole number 3, for you. We don't essentially change, not our soul anyway, but our belief and our understanding, the way we grow and love ourselves and others, that does change. Your soul doesn't need to change, but the earthly us needs to awaken to our soul. And that's what the journey is. That's what these little obstacles are. And I don't feel that they're going to be big and burdensome and really stop you in your tracks. I don't think it's that at all. I think it just is going to help you to slow down and to be patient. So whenever you hit a little bump in the road, say thank you. Remember that, oh, maybe I was trying to forge ahead fast without really being mindful. Maybe I was going to, bite into the peach before it was ripe. And when you think about it, when we eat a fruit that isn't ripe, we do ourselves a disservice, and we also do that fruit a disservice, because we are not eating that fruit at its peak, at its most delicious, and therefore we are not enjoying it as much, but that fruit has sacrificed itself for less than it could have. I hope that analogy kind of makes a bit of sense for you, pole number 3. And then you have the 4 of Pentacles, and the card says, manage your resources wisely. Extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotions. Smart business decisions, that's all one sentence, smart business decisions, seeing things as black or white, being charitable. And I love the minute I read seeing things in black or white. That's another thing that I didn't think to mention, but with these 2 energies, you might, pole number 3, feel like charging, and then you're going to hit an obstacle, and then you're going to just feel stuck. And it's going to take your drive away. And so you're going to be really stop, start. And the universe is saying, slow down, because the obstacles in front of you are not there to stop you. They're just there to give you a good flow, just to keep the momentum going, but at a speed in which you can assimilate the information, you can take it in, you can learn it, you can grow from it. You can even see it. If we move too fast through our journey, we often miss a lot of those opportunities that enable us to learn and grow. And I think for you, pole number 3, very much so in this journey, it's the journey, it's the things along the way that are really going to benefit you. They're going to be sweet. So don't cling on to a way of doing things. Don't think to yourself it's this way or no way. I'm going at this speed or no speed. I'm going to charge or I'm not going to do anything. Balance your energies. Know that you're on this path to grow, to learn, and to ultimately feel a really, really heartfelt dream of yours. There is no doubt in that. And I think you know this dream is so heartfelt because you just want to get there. You just want to do it. But for you, pole number 3, it's the journey. This is guaranteed. How long it takes you to get there will depend on how you go about your journey. And in this time for you, this journey for you, pole number 3, it's going to be going slow and steady that's going to get you there the fastest. And I'm going to be honest and say the less bruised and battered, figuratively speaking. But you hit a road bump at full speed, you're gonna, there's gonna be repercussions. If you just, you're going slow, you just, whoop, okay, you can feel it, but you just sort of ride over it, don't you? So that's going to be important in your journey, pole number 3. I'll leave you with those messages, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me again. Love and light. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 4. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look at what energies surround you this week, what messages Spirit has for you. We have the Empress, the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, Panther Spirit, Bloom, that's lovely, and One Ring Circus. Nice. Okay, pole number 4, let's have a look what's happening for you this week. Very interesting energies. So your first card, pole number 4, is Bloom. And it says, bloom and attract more than butterflies. And this card always makes me think of your heart opening. You know, it's like, you know, the rose is a tight bud. And then with time, with sunshine, it just opens. And sometimes with some varieties of roses, especially the heirloom ones, you know, you look at that tiny bud and you wonder how it ever held that many petals. And pole number 4, are you blooming? Is your heart opening to something? And I feel you have been making this happen. I love that you have the Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. I see that as a real protection kind of card. And you also have the Tiger's Eye, which is a real protection crystal. And I feel that you've allowed yourself to open and to grow because you've stepped into your power. You understand how protected you are. And when we walk through the world with an open heart, and before our heart opens, we think that we will be vulnerable. We think we will be more easily attacked and wounded. But in actual fact, the opposite is true. When we open our heart, and when we truly live like that, we come to everything and to everyone with an open heart. There's an energy that we put out into the world that impacts others. And we don't always see that. Sometimes we do, but we don't always see that. But it does. And when we bloom, we allow our authentic self to be the self that we inhabit, that we become, that we are. That's when we stand in our power. That's when we truly understand what power is. And really embracing your inner power, your authentic power. It's knowing that you are protected. It's knowing that you are always okay, no matter what happens in your life. when we reclaim our power and stand in our power, we no longer see ourselves as victims. And that takes work, because we are human, and when we are hurt by others or situations, we immediately think that we are a victim. And it takes opening our heart. It takes blossoming past that situation. And some of these situations are brutal. They knock us down and they leave us on the floor. But when we open our heart, we start to heal, and we start to embrace our soul. And our soul is never hurt. It cannot be destroyed. Nothing can happen to it. Yes, our physical organic body can be hurt. Our minds can be wounded and hurt. You know, we can be left handicapped, both mentally and physically. But our soul is always intact. And that's why when we open our heart, when we bloom, when that your heart chakra opens and you step into your power, that's not stepping into the power of being human. It's stepping into the power of being a soul. Pole number 4, this is a very deep message that I've gotten from the Panther Spirit today. Because this is you overcoming your life right up until present, and all the pain and hardships that have come with that, and acknowledging that yes, my mind is wounded, my body is wounded, possibly, maybe one or the other or both, but that's not all that I am. And you've got the one ring circus, and your soul doesn't need anything. This card to me often changes quite a lot in readings, because sometimes I see it as being stuck, sometimes I see it as being so fixed in your ways that you won't ask for help, but other times I see it like this is independence, this is you standing in your truth. This is you knowing that you've got this. And pole number 4, there's no disputing what this card means in your reading. This is you standing in your power. It's not to say that you don't need others, but at this point in time, you know that you are enough. You have everything you need to move forward, and you see it. That's the beauty. Pole number 4, you see. You see the power of your soul. You see how, I'm going to say untouchable it is. It is untouchable. It was here before you physically were, and it will be here after you ever will be. And you are in this body now. Who knows where what your spirit will be in afterwards? And I'm being reminded to say as well that we often see our spirit as being inside us, but our spirit houses our body. It's both, it's all, it's in and it's out of us. It's everything. So know that your spirit is not something that your body is protecting. It's your spirit that protects your body. Your body is housed by your spirit at the same time that your spirit is housed by your body. And this is independence in the sense of not stubborn independence where you won't ask for help, but this is knowing that you've got this, you can do this, you have everything you need. And this comes from lessons learnt. This comes from overcoming difficulties and being able to still be open and loving and compassionate. It's not having gone through the hardships and having built walls and hardened your heart as you've gone along. This is going through hardships and keeping your heart soft and open. You're not fearful anymore, pole number 4, and I think you probably were in the past, but you're not fearful anymore. And that's when we truly embrace what life is all about. And you have the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Empress knows that she will always have what she needs. She doesn't believe in lack. She's abundant. She knows that she's looked after. This is the major arcana, so this is spirit that steps in to help you. It helps you birth new ideas. It helps you bring your dreams into reality. It helps you heal the wounds inflicted by this world on your body or your mind. And it helps you realize, hey, you're a soul. You're a soul. On my Instagram account, in my little bio, I have a little sentence that says, this soul taking this mind and body on a journey. And that's what it is. Our soul has picked the body that we have and the mind that we have to see what it can achieve, to make something of it, to have understandings, to have adventures. Not all of them easy. And you're really embracing that pole number 4. And it's making you look with the Seven of Pentacles at everything that doesn't serve you. Because things bring us so far on our journey and they help us. But then when we've learnt the lessons and we have the understanding, we don't need to keep rehashing, or we don't need to keep being a certain way or with certain people or in certain situations. We take what we've learnt and we move forward into new situations. And that's not saying that we change everything all the time continuously. Some things will follow us and some things won't. And the Seven of Pentacles is showing that you're really going to be looking at what you need in your next journey, what you're going to take with you, and what you're going to let go. And I don't feel that that's going to be painful for you, pole number 4, because of this blooming and this understanding of your soul and your power, and how little you actually need to thrive in the world. Because you finish the reading with the Six of Wands, and the card says victory. Wise choices that bring public recognition and success, promotions, awards, or scholarships. This is a card, like the card says, of victory, but of celebration. It's achievement. It's having come so far on your path. And you're so much more aware. You're so much wiser. You make choices from a different place. And instead of making choices from that egoic mind, you make it from a fully opened heart. Now, I'm sure pole number 4, you can see the difference, that making a choice from fear and pain, or making a choice from a really open heart, you're going to make different choices and you're going to get different results. And you're going to move forward in different ways. And celebrate those little achievements, pole number 4. Because getting to this point on your journey, I know, has not been easy. Be proud of yourself. And if you're a little bit wounded, because in the Universal Rider-Waite Tarot, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, traditional tarot, the 6 of Wands is the soldier, if you like, or he's probably a bit higher placed than a soldier, coming home from the war on his horse, and he's victorious. They've won. But, you know, a war brings wounds and pain and loss, suffering. But that's a thing of your past. And now you're moving forward with real joy and accomplishment. There'll still be lessons along the way, but they'll be really, really different. And you'll see them for what they are, pole number 4. You'll see them for being exactly that, lessons. You'll learn from them. When we get to this kind of stage, pole number 4, which is really advanced, our lessons do become less painful, not because they're easier, but because we're more open to them. We don't hold on to them. We don't avoid them. We don't fall into them either and then find ourselves in a deep hole of regret, sadness, anger. Pole number 4, I'm also drawn to say, now if you're looking at this and saying, I'm not there, know that the journey you are on, though it may not be this one, is leading you to this open heart. It's leading you to bloom. So whatever you are going through, pole number 4, whether you're in what the whole reading was just about, or if you're looking at this saying, this is not me, you could have chosen the wrong pile. Absolutely. But I'm more inclined to say, pole number 4, this is the universe giving you a heads up and saying, open your heart. It all starts there. I'm going to leave you with those wonderful messages, pole number 4. Love and light, my friends. Thank you again so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.